When you first enter healthe.co.za, first thing you do is go to register. You enter your email address over there, bob@tuntech.com, and we give Bob a password. Try and make a password that is not too simple. Let's use some numbers and digits, some letters, and make it more complicated so it's not easy to copy. The capture code, very simple. Let's just see what the capture code looks like. It looks like EKWKPR, EKWKPR, and we click on register me now. At this stage I've clicked on the link and activated my profile. It came through on my email. Now I can basically start and activate my Healthe record. Click on start here. You'll notice at the bottom of every single page is a consent that you've got to basically click on. Only once this consent has been clicked will you be able to generate your Healthe barcode. Until such time, we will not generate the encrypted barcode. So let's just click on that. It's only a once-off click. As soon as I click on it, it's saved in the system, and from now on it says you have already given consent and accepted the disclaimer. This is the basic disclaimer at the bottom of here. Okay, so off I go and I can capture my details. So I'm Bob Smith, good old normal one. I can capture my details in there if I want to as well with regards to my number 0123456789. I can select my blood group, so let's say I am B negative. My date of birth, very important aspect, so let's go and say I was born in 1965 of August the 29th. And things like your height, your weight, also very important factors to capture, for example, for identification with a paramedic. At this point I can also go and choose a file and I can upload a photograph that I might have. So I've now selected my photograph, and as soon as I then go to update, that photograph will be uploaded into the system. Now that I've uploaded my photograph, I can then move on and capture more details. Pertinent information or postal address, street address, things like that might not be required, so please omit anything that you don't want to upload into the system. If you don't want to send us your ID number, so be it. Next step, basically your next of kin, contact persons. We have Sarah Smith, and let's say Sarah is my wife, and her number is 0812345678. Telephone number, you can pop an email in here for Sarah as well, and we can add her. So essentially you can add your next of kin, you can add your children, your grandmothers, your brothers and sisters, so that they may be contacted in the case of an emergency more about you. You can edit this profile at this point by clicking on the pencil or clicking on the cross to remove. Next step, medical aid insurance company, medical A, and my medical aid number with them. Let's just put a bogus number in there for now. The telephone number for them to be able to contact them for the paramedic, and the website for them. Company name for your employer. You can actually capture your employer's contact details there as well. So in the case of an emergency or a situation where you might be working or traveling during the day, your employer could be contacted as well. Next step is basically select your clinical conditions. So let's say I've got hypertensive diseases and it's a secondary hypertension. Essentially it'll add it to the system. Maybe I'm suffering from asthma as well. So we select asthma. And now in my profile I've now got hypertensive disease and asthma as well. Next step, I can now select the drugs that I might be on for these specific illnesses. So a short drop down list based on the drugs that have already been linked in the system. I can go and choose which, maybe if I'm using Ventolin for my asthma, it immediately adds Ventolin as a chronic drug there. At any stage I can also go and type in, I'm taking a certain drug. So then I type in the first part of the drug name, and there we go, there's a drug I can select. And I can link it to one of these conditions. Be careful, just don't link it to any condition just for the sake of linking it. So I select it, and I add the medication. Immediately it's added it now over there, and you can see it's not linked to any clinical category or condition that I do have. Okay, so once we've finished with all the chronic drugs, let's move on to the next. Allergies. Let's say I suffer from a penicillin allergy. Very important to let the paramedic know. Next thing, he's giving me penicillin, and I swallow. Okay, last step, very last step, is to select basically the motor vehicle. So let's say I'm riding a Sherry, model number, Spark. I think that's probably a Chevy Spark. Eh? Let's just go and select here, Chevrolet Spark. maybe my car is white, and my number plate is DF87HYHGP. Add the vehicle, and immediately this is captured into the database as well. I can add obviously any potential vehicle that I may be driving. Edit and delete that as well. Final step. Now we're at the point where we can generate our tag. And remember, we've already ticked the disclaimer, so not a problem at all. Click on generate tag. Behind the scenes, the system takes all that data, encrypts that data, and generates a 2D barcode containing all that information. If you go and scan this barcode with any simple QR reader, QR Droid, or your BlackBerry, you'll find that this data is all gibberish and means nothing. However, the paramedic scans it with his Healthe application that he will use on his cell phone. Out will come all the information about you in this barcode that we have just captured. So at this point, you can click on card disk. It'll generate a PDF for you. You can print this onto your normal inkjet printer, cut it out and stick it into your motor vehicle, or onto a key ring, and all the information as we've captured over there is stored in that barcode. At this stage, you might want to also link family members or other drivers in a company organization where you might want to have multiple drivers driving one vehicle. You can actually link them to this tag in that vehicle as well. So let's just go to link family. Let's say I've got a daughter and she hasn't got a Healthe tag number. Otherwise, if I've got a Healthe tag number for her, I can go and type in there. If I don't have a Healthe tag number, let's call her Lisa Smith. And we can go and link add profile. Immediately add, it'll create a new Healthe tag number for her with her name. We don't know her gender yet, we haven't captured that. And we can now go and edit that profile or remove that profile. So let's click on the pencil to edit, and immediately now I'm editing Lisa Smith's profile. So we can over here go and say Lisa Smith is a female. She was born in 1986, 0725. And if we know her blood group, let's capture it. Let's say she's B negative as well. Height, we can say she's 167 and she weighs 68 kilograms, and we can update that profile. And so we can go through all the steps again of capturing a next of kin, if she's employed, medical aid details, any clinical conditions she may have. So if we do have a clinical condition for Lisa, we can capture it there. Now at the end, we can click on here just to go straight to the end, and we can generate the tag. And again, it'll generate a 2D barcode with all the data that we just presented encrypted in this tag. And so you can go on and you can link more family members to the profile. If you want to go back and edit Bob again, you can click on the edit Bob, and off you can go and edit Bob's details. And that's really how to create your Healthe disk. Thank you very much.